Hey, and welcome to my next Let's Play. I'm going to do Zelda 1. We'll go ahead and get started. I have some experience playing Zelda 1. I didn't grow up with it. The first Zelda I played was A Link to the Past, although we didn't own a copy of it. Instead, like, the first copy of any Zelda game we owned was Ocarina of Time, so that's kind of like my original Zelda game that I, first grew up with and have most experience with. But I wanted to play Zelda 1, so I figured I'd do it for the channel. I'm not, like, the best at this game. So there's going to be times where like I'm just going to like get killed all the time. Right now I'm just taking out these Octoroks to like, try and get some money and stuff, but we're just going to go straight to the first dungeon. Not going to waste that much time. If I get a candle, when I get a candle, I know there's a spot around here you can get a heart container from one of these like trees. I just don't remember which one it is. Watch out for like the levers here. Watch out for the Zora. I can't remember. Were they called Zoras or Zolos? I think they were called Zolos, weren't they? Which I think that might just have something to do with like, just the way that the R's are pronounced in Japanese. They have more of an L sound sometimes. But yeah, so this is the first dungeon. It's pretty easy, all things considered. But like I was saying, I'm not the best at this game, and I want to play Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, even though I'm awful at that game. I do want to play it at some point, but I'm concerned because I know a little while back, like a year or two ago, there were like people talking about how they did a Zelda 2 like let's play or played, the temple music in it, and somebody was copyright claiming their videos. I don't know if they got copyright struck or if it was just like demonetized, which, I don't monetize my stuff anyway. I don't have monetization status, and even if I did, I don't plan on monetizing my stuff. So I don't really know if they would still be able to claim it because of that, or if it's like because it's not monetized, like no one's making money off of it, no one can like really claim it. I don't really know how that works, admittedly, which is probably not a good thing. I should probably brush up on how that stuff works. But like I was saying, if I remember correctly, there's just an old man in that left way, so I'm not going to go that way. But as I was saying, I really want to play Zelda 2 as well, even though I suck at it. And it probably won't be anytime after I finish this, like, anytime soon after I finish this playthrough. Just simply because I don't want to do too many Zelda. Yeah, it's the same thing as Donkey Kong Country, Like, at some point I'm going to play Donkey Kong Country 3 and I'm going to play the Donkey Kong Land games. But I don't want to just do nothing but, or is this the one that actually, this might be the guy. No, this is where you get the bow. Yeah. I just don't want to like have too many videos of the same game series, too frequently. Or like, too quickly, I guess. Not frequently, but so, it'll happen eventually, and then eventually it might be A Link to the Past, and then Ocarina of Time, but like, I might end up skipping Zelda 2 until I can really find out about that, just simply because like I would hate like to have my channel taken down over somebody who, from my understanding, didn't even own the rights to begin with. but sampled the song and were trying to claim it, and everybody was videos were getting like copyright claimed by them. Oh, this is not good. So, you know, I'm just, as I'm saying, I'm just kind of concerned about that. I'm going to, I paused it. I forgot that select is pause in this game. I'm going to go ahead and swap over to the boomerang and try not to get hit by a wall master. But yeah, like that's enough of that. Like, eventually I want to play it. We'll just see how things go. Dude, he's getting aggressive today. Usually he's like not that quick to spit fire. Oop. Alright. There we go, good. So far, so good. Or, you know, passable. And that's the first Triforce piece. This is the first Zelda game. I don't really think it needs much explanation, but I guess I'll just say the goal is to get 8 Triforce pieces and collect as many, you know, gear, as much gear. Well, I just loved it so much, I was going to do it again. Collect as much gear as possible. The great thing about this game is that, like, you know, the keys in Zelda 1 are not exclusive to the specific dungeon you picked it up in. Like, I don't have any keys at the moment. If I did, they would all be usable in the next dungeon. So if you really know the game and you know where, you know, you can exploit the game design to get past certain locked doors, you can make headroom. I'm not gonna lie, I might get lost because, like, I always seem to forget where the second dungeon is on the map. I'll find it eventually. I think I'm heading in the general direction that I need to go in, but I always get lost whenever I try to get to the second dungeon. All the other ones, I don't know why it's just the second one, but all the other ones I know where to go and what to do to get to it, but like, it's just this one for some reason I always forget. I know it's in this general area. This should be the beach, right? Yeah, I don't want to go this way. I think I want to go up and to the right. And not get clocked by this guy. This is not the one I wanted to go in. So the way the items drop in this game is based on whether or not you've actually taken damage. So, like, I think it's like if you defeat like 4 enemies without taking a hit, you get, okay, I think it's right here. Okay, good. Like 4 enemies without taking a hit, you get like a heart or something like that, and then 10 without taking a hit is how you get the bomb. Although I don't know if this is actually in the design of the game, but I agree with a lot of people who say it seems like blue enemies drop bombs more often. So we will, you know, be relying on that a lot. Wow, this is a harsh blue, isn't it? This is a dungeon where the benefit of having bombs really helps you skip a lot of, like, locked doors, because most of these walls are bombable. I think, is this one bombable? It might be. We'll try it. Why not? No, not this one. But most of these are bombable, and you can just get right on past the locked doors, so there's like no issue. I might have, you know, I'm gonna go back because I might. Actually, I think this door is gonna go to the same way. I just don't want to like miss a key or something, or like the compass. Like I said, I'm not as great with this game as I am other Zelda games. But the compass tells you where the Triforce piece and the boss is. because it's like the boss is always behind or in front of the Triforce piece, like it's going to tell you where it is. So that's fun. But anyway, so some of these dungeons, like, I already know what this dungeon kind of looks like because I've done this one a lot. There's a lot of back and forth to the right and the left from these rooms, if I remember correctly. And you can bomb a lot of walls, so I'm just not going to walk through the door unless I have to. I think the boss at the end of this level needs you to have bombs. But one of the things I know for sure is that, like... Ooh, I need that. One of the things I know for sure is that I'm going to get lost in Zelda and Ganon's, like, cave and his little dungeon thing. I'm going to get lost. I always get lost in that place. I always get lost in that place because it's, like, kind of a maze. And, kind of a maze, and there's a specific set of like directions you have to take. If you don't go the right way, like you get kicked back out and you have to go all the way back around. So that's no bueno, but like it is what it is. Hopefully I don't have too much trouble with it. I don't plan on studying any maps or anything unless like it's like, alright, I've done this long enough that like I've pretty much showed that the dungeon like over, like completely shown the dungeon like 6 times over or something like that. Like, let me go take a quick look. Yeah, so also that I just killed that one enemy and it killed all the other enemies. Like there's certain enemies in rooms that sometimes, I don't know if it's in every room, but there's like a master enemy or something like that, where it's just kind of like the moment you defeat that particular one, and a magic shield would be really nifty right about now. I'm kind of trying to remember, do these guys, I think those guys just drop bombs. I know there's a better boomerang you can get. I think it's in this one. I'm not going to mess with it right now because I died twice on the same room. And, you know, I already did the disclaimer. I'm not very good at this game, so like I'm not worried about it, but I just want to move on because I don't want to get angry or frustrated at that. I'm going to go through this door. I know I can bomb up from here. We got the compass. I know that the monster's at the very top. But I don't remember if it's in this dungeon or if it's in like one of the other ones. Like, you fight the blue Gorias, which are these guys, and that, you know, killed me twice. You fight the blue Gorias, and then they drop. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the bombs out because I'm gonna just go through the wall upstairs. Unless they do that. So you're in a room with those blue Goriya, and you defeat them all, and you get the better boomerang. There's usually only one item per dungeon. But like the first one has, and I think the second one has 2 because you get the boomerangs. And I will eventually get the blue boomerang. Oh, I don't care, old man. I will get the blue boomerang eventually, just simply because it's really nifty to have. I'm probably going to take a hit the second I walk in. Oh. It's pretty nifty to have. Okay, this guy. This guy is basically if one of those fire chains from Super Mario Brothers came to life and didn't know what to do with itself. I kind of think that, I know it's not the same thing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like I think, what are they called? the well, there we go with that. The bug, centipede bug enemy in like A Link to the Past and stuff, that guy. He bounces you off the arena and you have to start all over again. Like, they kind of remind me of that. Just a little bit. But same thing's gonna happen when I play Metroid eventually. I'm gonna die a lot until I get like the blue ring, and in fact, I'm not gonna get the candle right away, and I'm not gonna get the magic shield or anything. I'm going straight for the blue ring because I want to have double defense, and you can get double and triple defense in this game, but like you can't get triple defense until like the last dungeon, if I remember correctly. So I'm at least gonna get double defense and like not die so often, because otherwise we're not getting through this game, you know what I mean? I think it's a pretty much maxed out, I think it's maxed out, you know, amount of money. I don't remember exactly how much it is, but like I'm gonna keep going through the dungeon as best I can and make progress as best I can, but the moment I can get the blue ring to do double defense, I'm getting the blue ring, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not wasting time, like that much time, putting it off as long as possible. I need the help of the double defense. As you can see, I need the help of double defense. And it's going to be the same thing like I was saying when I play Metroid. Like, I'm just going to die like crazy until I change direction at the last moment. Yeah, I'm going to die like crazy in Metroid until I get the Varia suit. Oh, come on, dude. Get stunned. I'm going to end up killing him the way you're supposed to. What was that? I think the game cheated. Anyway, so yeah, you're supposed to have him eat the bombs, but if you have it blow up in his face, just enough where it's like he only really gets the smoke, like it stops him, like he's stunned, and you can kill him with your sword and it actually drops more bombs. So it's actually a pretty good way, especially in later dungeons where, you know, you start off with the second dungeon with Dodongo as the boss, which is a directly referenced, I suppose you can say, in Zelda Ocarina of Time, because, you know, the Dodongos is the boss of the second dungeon, and I'm gonna die again. In Ocarina of Time, like, Dodongo is the second boss. So it's pretty cool. Like, I never really thought about that until just now. But that's pretty awesome if you think about it, that it was like, oh yeah, you know, it's the second boss, so we're gonna have to do it again. And of course, Goma is an enemy in this game, and Goma is the first enemy, the first boss encounter in Ocarina of Time. So I think Goma is the boss of the 5th level, and then there's like a hyper Goma. So the way that the enemies work in this game is they're color coded between the red and orange palette for the weakest version, and then like blue is like the stronger version. And there are some bosses that are the same way, like Goma has, like I said, a blue version that takes more hits. Oh, come on now. Don't play this game. Stop trying to play these games, potion seller. I'm gonna have to do it this way. Well, that's the end of that. Better go find some more bombs. But like I was saying, Goma is I think the 5th level boss. So I don't really know why Goma was the first level boss. This is where those Garayas are, aren't they? Or not. I think they're one more down. Well, this is a comedy of errors, isn't it? Might as well just take the hit. Try again. I'm gonna... I should be able to get some bombs. I'm gonna try and defeat Dodongo again. I don't want to end this episode with it being like, oh, like I didn't defeat Dodongo. And then next episode, we'll probably go see if I have enough money. I don't think I do, but if I might hopefully have enough money to buy the blue ring. Because I really need that double defense, as you can see. But the further in the game I get, when I get more hearts and more defense, it's not going to be that... I'm not going to be dying left and right as much until I fight certain enemies like, you know, D's Nuts and Wizrobes, specifically the blue Wizrobes, because even if you have the magic shield, they just spam their magic. And when they spam their magic like that, like, it's very easy to get your, like, health just taken away. I'm not a fan of D's Nuts, and I'm not a fan of, like, the Wizrobes. Although the orange ones are more easier to deal with, truth be told. Orange ones are definitely better to deal with. And of course, D's Nuts suck. Doesn't matter if they're orange or blue. Like, the difference between them both is that the blue ones take more hits. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try and get double defense start of the next episode, and then hopefully this won't be that much of an issue. This is usually what happens when I play the game. See, that's what happens when you stun him and like that. So I don't know why it wasn't working for me before, but you know, we got it. Might as well not sit and complain about it. We done got it. So that is where I'm going to end episode 1. Let me just pause it. I'm going to end episode 1 there. I, apologize for my terrible gameplay. Like I said, I'm not the best at this game. I still enjoy it. I still love it. And a part of it, part of my joy for it, to me, is the fact that I still am, like, okay at it, and that I can still get killed a lot. Because, like, sometimes you watch some people play it and, like, they, there's some people who can complete the game with 3 hearts, no deaths, and not even use the sword until the final fight, because you can play through the entire game without a sword, but you have to have the sword to defeat Ganon. But, I'm going to end it here. I appreciate you watching. If you made it to this part of the video, I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.